Hi everyone and welcome back. I've been doing a lot of thrift store shopping lately, just kind of getting ready for making some more journals and kind of adding some more things to my Etsy shop. I always like to kind of uh, add some more spring type things. I have a lot of stuff actually right now, kind of floral themed and bright colors and things that I think would be really useful for junk journals. I myself am looking for a lot of sort of food themed items because I've been really enjoying making my journals from advertising cookbooklets. So I'm actually working on a couple more. I wanted to find the perfect cookbooklet to use for some covers. So I've been working on those kind of behind the scenes, but I've been also having a lot of fun at estate sales. So I'm not going to show you every single thing because I this one particular sale, I found a ton of kind of cookbook related magazines and different things like that. So let me just start with a couple of the things that I found though. These two Wilton yearbook magazines are great. I actually have a couple of these from like the 1960s, I think. These are from the 70s, 74 and 76. But I love these magazines just because they have all kinds of, not only just really pretty pictures, kind of they have that 70s, 60s and 70s look, but then they also are organized by theme. So, Easter, springtime, birthdays. So if you have a themed journal that you're doing, you might be able to find some items in these magazines that could be helpful too. So I definitely wanted to grab these, and they're in pretty good condition. Some of them had like a little bit of water damage. So, but only like the bottom part. So I definitely would want to pick those up. And then I'll just show you a couple of quick other types of things. I found these Ideals candy cookbooks. Again, just great for pictures of, kind of that 70s look of kind of the strange lighting and everything and the real close-ups of the food. I just love that kind of stuff. So I picked these up. And then this is a Cooking for Two cookbook. Again, just great pictures, fun recipes, interesting food combinations. So I always like to have a ton of these in my collection. I found these magazines. These were kind of interesting. I'm not even sure. It looks like they were some sort of from the early 80s, I believe. Canadian, maybe? I think actually that's what it says here. Actually, these are from the 70s. So this looks like these were some kind of maybe a magazine you got every month, but they have different themes, so cheesecakes, hors d'oeuvres. But I like them because the recipes inside had these really interesting borders on the pages. So when I'm always looking for, kind of bright colors and things to put in journals, and it's got the food theme too, along with some great recipes. So I thought this would be kind of fun to pick up, and I'd definitely be able to use it for something. This one has them all in green, and then I think I got another one, a dessert one this is in blue too. But I also like the pages too because they're that kind of like scribble tablet paper. If you ever had a scribble tablet when you were a kid, it's kind of that newspapery feel. So again, just, I always think of texture, just things that would make a journal interesting to flip through when you're touching it. So I'm always looking for those kinds of things. So again, just great food themed items from the 70s. And then I also found just some kind of random booklets, Pioneer Beauty Secrets. These, I don't know, old and new cosmetics from the kitchen. So ways to use, I guess, egg whites to like give yourself a facial or something like that. So I don't know. I just thought these were interesting. This is a songbook. And then more candy booklets. I grabbed everything I could because I love this kind of stuff. This is great too. This Women's Day cookbook of favorite recipes. This is kind of I think one of those advertising cookbooklets. This one is from 1958. So this is quite a bit older. But I like the illustrations in here too. Just the different kinds of interesting foods, but these always make for nice things to add to your journal too. So I really like this one. And then just, I also found some, I'm always thinking ahead to Christmas time and what I might want to put in a Christmas journal. So I found this interesting, this is from kind of the late 80s, just a Christmas workbook. But it had these it's like tracing paper in the back. And I thought this was kind of interesting too, again, to go with kind of the texture, that you want to have different textures in your journals. But it's got a lot of Christmas themed stuff in it. So even though it's not Christmas, I always, I start thinking about Christmas kind of in maybe August as far as what I want to start putting in journals. So especially if I'm going to do a craft show during the Christmas season, I'm always thinking ahead. So I just picked this up because it was there. So I thought it would be kind of good for Christmas. And then I've been really into these, I love gardening books from the 80s, 70s and 80s. I like the photos in it because a lot of times, I use a lot of floral images in my journals as well. But I love the look of, just the illustrations in here from decades ago. And so this one's about pruning and pest control, and then gardening for beginners. So again, just kind of fun photos. And then, you always get the photos of, what the furniture and everything used to look like back. I don't know what this one is from. 77. So yeah, you get the porch furniture and the things that we used to have back in the 70s. So again, all that can be used in a journal. Then, this was another thing. I told myself I wasn't going to get another metal recipe box because I love these metal recipe boxes. But I couldn't pass this one up because I don't usually find them in such good condition. And this one was in such great condition, and it's a winter scene. And I don't have a recipe box that has, kind of a winter scene in it. And this one is from Syndicate Manufacturing Company in Pennsylvania. I think it's Pennsylvania. But a lot of the ones I have are from Ohio Art or Art Iron. And I don't know, I just like this one, but this is in really good condition. No rust inside, no rust on the bottom. It's really nice. Just a couple little, scratches on top, but you can't really see them. But so I thought this would just be fun to decorate. I like to decorate my craft room. I have 3 of my favorite recipe boxes up in my craft room, and they are holding vintage recipe cards in them. So they do have a use. And they're just nice to look at too. So I'm definitely going to add this to my shelf somewhere, and I can maybe I'll put Christmas recipe cards in here that I use for journal making. So I thought that would be nice to have. And then I found, this was just kind of random, I found it at a thrift store. Again, I never pass up these old magazines. This is from 1983, The Creative Circle. And it's all about, I think it's some sort of a needlepoint magazine, and maybe it's like a kit you can order, but the pages are kind of dog-eared. But yeah, they're just fun little kits you can order to make, if you like to do needlepoint back then. So again, the pictures are great, floral images. Sometimes these magazines have holiday themed images too that would be very useful if you want to pop them into a journal. This is kind of a fall theme, so that would be great for fall. So grab these up if you ever, see them. Even if it seems like you won't use them, you can usually, I'll go through mine, and I always end up finding something that's useful. So this is fun. And again, I just love looking at the pictures and like the hairstyles and the furniture. Like you've got this is kind of an old-fashioned, it's from the early 80s. That's what people liked back then, that kind of furniture. And I don't know. It's just fun to look at. And then I found this memory game. This is from the 80s, early 80s, I believe. Early 80s, late 70s. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But these are fun. Just they have animals and different little things you could use to pop into a journal. Just as little tabs to use for journaling, to kind of go with the theme of the journal. If it's like a spring theme, you could have kind of the spring animals. If there's any flowers in any of these, those would be useful too. So I just thought, and the look of it too, you know, you've got the vintage look, so that's always nice. And then just a couple other interesting things. I found this science encyclopedia for kids. Again, just great pictures in here. Really fun. And then this was kind of interesting too, this Golden magazine. Again, it's just kind of a workbook for boys and girls from 1964. So it's just got some fun stuff in it. So I picked that up. Again, thinking about holidays coming further down the line, but I found these Halloween treat bags. I was kind of looking for some different ones. I like to do, you know, make fall themed journals. So the bags are great to put in there to use as pockets, but they're also nice to maybe stuff an ephemera in and create kits with those. So I like to get those. And then I found some really nice, like a cover that I'm going to use to make a journal at some point. I thought this one's more of kind of a fall theme with the breads on the front of it. So this will be nice to hold on to for the fall. This was kind of interesting, this Hollywood Bowl magazine. This is some sort of a pamphlet from, I don't know what it's from. This is from the early 50s, but it has some really great advertisements in it. And it looks like it's from the theater or something. And maybe it has just a lot of different advertising, but look at that. I just love that. I made a journal. I think it might be or no, actually I might have sold it already. I had a kind of a ladies themed journal, and I like pictures like this for that kind of thing. So very fun there. And then the last thing I found, I love interior design books from the different eras. And this one is from, I believe, the 40s. Let's see, 1947. So actually I have another one too that's from the 40s. And these are great. You could just sit with a cup of coffee and look at these and just kind of talks, you know, it gives you the basics, how to arrange furniture and that kind of thing. But it has just the photos of, you know, what the furnishings look like in the 40s and what people like to do. And, you know, they're in black and white, but still it's just some great photos. There are some color photos too, like this I really like that. So I haven't had a chance to flip through this completely, but it's so elegant. It just has some beautiful, beautiful furnishings. So these are all great stuff you could use for a journal. You know, so I thought that was a really great find too. And oh, one more thing I found too. So when I go into estate sales or even like a thrift store or something like that, I'll see one thing when I first walk in, but if I don't have to have it and I don't find anything else, I leave it until the end and then I come back to it. This was one of those things. So I walked in and I saw this jar it's actually brads. I didn't even realize that. I thought it was thumbtacks, but it's perfect that it's brads because I actually use a lot of brads in my journaling. But I saw this jar that had this really cute little lid on it, and I was thinking, okay, I'm going to come back to it. But then I ended up finding all these magazines and stuff at the estate sale. So at the end, I circled back and I grabbed this jar, and I think I'm just going to use this for. I'll probably just keep the brads in here because I find them useful. I'm actually always looking for brads. They were so popular a long time ago as scrapbooking, and I think I got rid of a lot of them. I have a few left, but these will be nice if I ever need them for, you know, like making little flips and stuff in my journals. But so that was kind of the last thing I found. But so I'm still working on just kind of creating and putting new stuff in the shop. So be sure to take a trip to the shop. I have a ton of new stuff in there right now for spring. So you can take a look at that. And I'm working on some journals, which I'll come back and do a video as I kind of get them further along, and I can kind of show you what I'm working on there. So thanks again for joining me today, and I'll see you in my next video.